Hello guys, welcome back to my video. And yeah, this time I will do my pre-intermediate grammar for my project based learning tool. I think just let's go to my introduction. Yeah, as usual, my name is Iqlima Divasena and my name is 33250076 and I'm from class 33 to C07. So in this assignment, like before, like the first PBL, it contains two parts. The first part is presentation project, language and structure, and the second is study case assignment. Let's go just for the first part. Okay, so for the first part is presentation project, language and structure. So in this part, I have to choose two topics from four topic, and the first one I choose is degree of comparison. So the definition and function. Degree of comparison is the grammatical system in which used to show the extent to which a quality, or expressed by an adjective or adverb, applies to one thing compared with another. There are three degrees. The first degree is positive. The function is that a quality without comparing or shows equality between two things. For the grammatical pattern is or formula, it's as plus adjective plus as. For second degree, comparative, the function is compares exactly two things, showing one has more or less of a quality. The grammatical pattern for the short word, it's adjective plus er at the end plus than. For the long words, it's more plus adjective plus than. The last degree, superlative, the function is compares three or more things, showing one has the highest or lowest degree. The grammatical pattern, for the short words, it's the plus adjective plus est at the end of the word. And the long words is the most plus adjective. Next. So for the degree of comparison, it has have some formation rules. The first one is for one syllable adjective add er or est. For example, fast to faster to fastest. Two syllables adjectives ending in y change the y to I add er or est. For the example, easy to easier to easiest. Three, two or more syllable adjective use more or most. The example is challenging, more challenging to most challenging. For the irregular forms, the example is good, better to best, or bad to worse, or far to farther, or farther to farthest, or farthest. Next. So I have to show for original example sentence. The first one is my laptop is as fast as my sister's laptop. It positive degree. For the second is in this sentence, the subject one is my laptop. It's a thing being described, and the verb is. For the comparison marker is as or blah blah as. It shows equality. And adjective for base form is fast, and it's not changed. Positive degree never adds er or est. The subject to is my sister's laptop. The thing is equal to. So the meaning is the subject or my laptop has the same level of speed as the second system, my sister laptop. Neither one is more or less, so they are equal. Okay, next. So the second sentence, Jakarta traffic is worse than Bandung traffic during rush hour. So it's a comparative degree, but irregular form. For the structure, it's subject one is Jakarta traffic, the thing being compared. For the verb is. Comparative adjective is worse, irregular form of bad. It's not better. Comparison marker is then. The subject to is Bandung traffic, what is compared to, and adverb will press during rush hour, limits when the comparison is true. So the meaning is between exactly two things, Jakarta traffic and Bandung traffic, the subject, Jakarta traffic is just to be in a worse condition, specifically during rush hour. Next. Number three, this semester's assignments are more challenging than last semester's. So it's comparative degree but very plastic. Structure is subject one is the semester assignment, the thing being compared. The verb is. Comparative marker is more used because kanji has three plus syllables. So the adjective or base formnya is challenging. Comparison marker is then. The subject two is the last semester's assignment. So it's what is compared to. The meaning is the subject this semester assignment has higher degree of difficulty than the second item, last semester assignment. Science challenging is long adjective, so more is used instead of adding er. For the fourth, Bahasa Indonesia is the most widely spoken language in Southeast Asia. So it's superlative degree. For the structure, the subject is Bahasa Indonesia, the one being singled out. The verb is, and the superlative maker they use the most. So obligatory the plus most for long adjective phrases. Adjective or participative phrase is widely spoken. The noun is language, and the prepositional phrase is in Southeast Asia. Defines the group being compared three or more languages. So the meaning is out of all the language spoken in South Asia, a group of three or more, Indonesia holds the highest position in terms of how widely it is spoken. No other language in the group is spoken more widely. So next, for and this is the example for media. The sentence is dot 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 the highest growth rate since the third quarter of 2022. So this is a superlative degree. The structure is Indonesia's economic growth in the first quarter of 2026, the thing being singled out. The verb is reach 5% 61% year on year. Superlative maker is the highest. The noun is growth rate. And the comparison range is since the third quarter of 2022. Defines the time period being compared or multiple quarters. The meaning is among all the quarterly growth rates recorded since quarter 3 2022, a growth of many time periods. Quarter 1 2026 rate is the single highest one. No other quarter in that range performed better. Now, the second example from media, Indonesia's SDGs completion level in 2025 stood higher than the regional and global average. So for this, the structure is the first subject Indonesia's SDG completion level in 2025. It's the thing being compared. The verb is stood, the comparative adjective is higher, comparison marker is then, and the subject is the regional and global average. What is compared to? So the meaning is Indonesia's SDG completion rate is being side by side with two reference points, regional average and global average and judged to exceed both. A comparative structure even though two things are named because they function together as a single point of comparison, the regional and global average as a combined benchmark. Okay, this is the second topic I choose, correlative conjunctions. So the definition and function. Correlative conjunctions are pairs of words that work together to connect to grammatically equal elements or words, phrases, or clauses in a sentence. Because they link matching structures, they require parallel structure. Both parts join must have the same grammatical form. And for example, two nouns, two verb phrases, and two clauses. So the pair is both and. The function is joins to equally true or applicable items. Either or present a choice between two options. Neither nor negates both of two options. Not only, but also adds emphasis to a second item, often with inversion if it starts the sentence. For the grammatical patterns or formula, for pair both and, the pattern is both plus item A and plus item B plus verb, plural agreement. Either or, it's either plus item A plus or plus item B plus verb agrees with item B, the neither subject. neither plus item A plus nor plus item B plus verb agrees with item B, not the neither subject. Not only, but also for mid-sentence is subject plus verb plus not only plus item A, but also plus item B. Not only, but also sentence initial. Not only plus auxiliary plus subject plus verb, blah blah blah, but plus subject, comma, but plus subject plus also plus verb, blah blah blah. It's inversion required. So the original sentence, the first one, both the students and the lecturer arrive early for the presentation. The structure is its correlative pair is both and joins to equal item. The item A is the students, the item B is the lecturer, and the verb is arrive is plural, agrees with the combined subject, not either item alone. Adverbial phrase only for the presentation. So the meaning is two separate parties, the students and the lecturer, both did the same thing, arrive early. Neither one is implies over the other. They are presented as equally true. Next, second example. Either Faiza or Devita will submit the report by tomorrow. It's either or. Uh, the corrective is either or presents a choice between two options. The item A is Faiza and item B is Devita. The verb is will submit. Agree with the nearest subject. Devita, which is why it stays singular or compatible. The adverbial phrase is by tomorrow, meaning only one of the two people, Faiza or Devita, is expected to submit the report and not both. The choice is presented as an either or possibility, not a joint action. Third, neither the printer nor the scanner is working properly today. So the correct pair in this is neither nor negates both option. The item A is the printer, the item B is the scanner. The item here the verb. So the verb is singular against with the scanner, the nearest subject, and the complement is working properly today, meaning both machines, the printer and the scanner, are broken. Neither nor negates both items at once. So the sentence means the printer is not working and the scanner is not working. Fourth sentence. Not only did she finish the essay, but she also revised it twice. The correlative pair is sentence initial, not only, but also. The first clause is, did she finish the essay? Auxiliary did moves before subject C. This inversion is required because not only starts the sentence. Clause 2, she also revised it twice. Normal word order sense, but also does not require inversion. The meaning, the sentence adds emphasis to a second achievement. It's not only true that she finished the essay, an additional, more impressive fact is added. She also revised it twice. The inversion in clause 1 signals formal emphatic style. The example from media. A nation's resilience is measured not only by its economic growth but also by its ability to ensure that every citizen has access to sufficient, safe, nutritious, and affordable food. So they use not only but also the subject is national resilience, the verb is measured. Correlative pair is not only but also the item A by its economic growth and item E is by its ability to ensure that every citizen has access to sufficient, safe, nutritious, and affordable food. The meaning is the sentence rejects a narrow definition of national resilience, its economic growth, and important second condition, food security for every citizen. Science not only appears mid-sentence, not inversion is needed. Both items simply follow the main verb. So you can see at below that I put the source there. I forgot to tell you that the first topic I do that too. So you can check on the link below. Next. The second example from media, blah blah blah, that context just underscores the need for us to do our utmost to draw investment both from within and from outside the country. So they use corrective both and the item A is from within and the item B is from outside the country. Share purpose to draw investment applies equally to both items. The meaning is enforcement is described as needing to come from two sources at once, domestic and foreign, with neither one presented as more important than the other. Both professional processes are grammatically parallel. Position was noun or adjective, which is required for correlative pairs to sound correct. Okay, so this is the second part, study case grammatical errors. So I have to search for 10 grammatical errors from these paragraphs, and each one has have its own topic. So the first topic is relative clauses, and I have to read the original paragraph, and then next is I read the corrected paragraph and explain the 10 grammatical errors. So let's go. The first one is relative clauses, the original paragraph. The student which won the competition is my friend. He met a professor whose book was published last year. The library where it was renovated recently is very modern. I have a classmate he studies linguistics every day. The laptop who I bought yesterday is already broken. The lecturer that he teaches syntax is very popular among students. The building which we discussed about yesterday will be demolished soon. The researcher whom article received an award works at a famous university. This is the campus that where I studied for 4 years. The scholarship which it was offered by the government attracted many applicants. Okay, next. So this is the corrected paragraph. The student who won the competition is my friend. She met a professor whose book was published last year. The library, which was renovated recently, is very modern. I have a classmate who studies linguistics every day. The laptop which I bought yesterday is already broken. The lecturer that teaches syntax is very popular among students. The building which we discussed yesterday will be demolished soon. The researcher whose article received an award works at a famous university. This is the campus where I studied for 4 years. The scholarship, which was offered by the government, attracted many applicants. So I will explain the 10 grammatical errors. The first one is the student which won the competition. That's wrong. The correct one is student who won the competition. The error is wrong relative pronoun for a person. The reason is which is for things, who is for people. So student is a person, so they use who. The second is a professor whose book was published. It should be a professor whose book was published. The error is incorrect possessive relative pronoun. The reason is we need whose to show the book belongs to the professor. Whose is wrong and not needed. The third one, the library where it was renovated, it should be the library which was renovated. Except for after where, the reason where it can have its own subject. Science library is the subject, we just need which and the it must be removed. Four, a classmate he studies linguistics. It should be a classmate who studies linguistics. The error is wrong pronoun plus extra pronoun. The reason is whose is only for showing possession. Here we just need who and the he is an extra and must go. We don't need it. The five, the laptop who I bought. It should be the laptop which I bought. The error is wrong relative pronoun for a thing. The reason why is who is for people, laptop is a thing, so it needs which or that. Six, the lecturer that she teaches syntax. It should be the lecturer that teaches syntax. Uh, the error, extra pronoun after that, reason is that already acts as the subject, so she is extra and must be removed. Seven, which we discussed about yesterday. It shall be which we discussed yesterday. The error is the extra word about. The reason discussed doesn't need about after it, which already does the job. So we don't need it. The eight, the researcher whom article received an award. It should be the researcher whose article received an award. It's wrong relative pronoun, and the reason is we need whose to show the article belongs to the researcher, not whom. Nine, the campus that where I study. It should be the campus where I study. It's two relative pronouns together there. The reason is only one is needed since it's about a place where it's correct. So that must go. We don't need that. Then the scholarship which is was offered, it should be the scholarship which was offered. It's the error one is the extra pronoun after which. Reason which is already the subject, so it is extra and must be removed. For the second topic, the degree of comparison, I did the original paragraph first. My university is more large than the university in my hometown. Among all students in my class, Sarah is the most smartest student. This semester is more easier than the previous one. The library is the quietest than the cafeteria. English is interestinger than mathematics for many students. My laptop is expensiver than my friend's laptop. Of the three presentations, John's presentation was more best. The new classroom is the more comfortable room in the building. Traveling by train is most cheap than traveling by plane. Today's weather is better than yesterday's weather. So the corrected paragraph is my university is larger than the university in my hometown. Among all students in my class, Sarah is the smartest student. This semester is easier than the previous one. The library is quieter than the cafeteria. English is more interesting than mathematics for many students. My laptop is more expensive than my friend's laptop. Of the three presentations, John's presentation was the best. The new classroom is the most comfortable room in the building. Traveling by train is cheaper than traveling by plane. Today's weather is worse than yesterday's weather. For the 10 grammatical errors, the first one, more large, it should be larger. The error is double comparative. Reason is large is a short word, so it only needs er. Don't add more to. Two, the most smartest, it should be the smartest. Double superlative. The reason is smart already becomes smartest, don't add most to. Three, more easier. It should be easier, just easier. The error is double comparative. The reason easy already becomes easier, don't add more to. Four, the quietest than the cafeteria. It should be quieter than the cafeteria. The error is superlative use instead of comparative. The reason only two things are being compared, library versus cafeteria. So it means quieter, not quietest. Five, interestinger. It should be more interesting. The error is a wrong comparative form. Reason is interesting is wrong word, so it needs more in front, not er at the end. Six, it's expensive word. It should be more expensive. It used wrong comparative form. The reason is expensive is long word, so it needs more in front, not er at the end. Number seven, more best. It should be the best. The error is double comparative or superlative. So the best is already the top form of good. Don't add more to. A, the more comfortable room. To, it should be the most comfortable room. The error is comparative use instead of superlative. The reason is this compares among all rooms in the building, three or more. So it is the most comfortable, not the more comfortable. Comfortable. Nine, most cheap than. It should be cheaper than. It's wrong superlative use instead of comparative, so it's wrong. Plus the one from the reason is only two things are compared, plain versus plain, and cheap is not word. 10, better, it should be worse. Wrong irregular comparative form. Reason is bad, it doesn't follow the normal year rule. Its correct comparative form is worse. Next, the last topic is from correlative conjunctions. So for the original paragraph, both the lecturer or the students were interested in the seminar Either the manager and the staff members are responsible for the project. Neither the teacher nor or the students was prepared for the presentation. Not only does the library provide digital resources and also offers study space, the researcher is interested both in collecting data and to analyze the results. Whether the meeting will be online and offline has not been decided yet. No sooner had the lecture start when several students arrived late. Scarcely had I finished my assignment than the lecturer announced a new task. So such was the difficulty of the exam that so many students failed. Rather the professor than also the assistant conducted the works. So in the corrected paragraph, both the lecturer and the students were interested in the seminar. Either the manager or the staff members are responsible for the project. Neither the teacher nor the students were prepared for the presentation. Not only does the library provide digital resources, but it also offers study spaces. spaces. The researcher is interested both in collecting data and analyzing the results. Whether the meeting will be online or offline has not been decided yet. No sooner had the lecture started than several students arrived late. Scarcely had I finished my assignments when the lecturer announced a new task. Such was the difficulty of the exam that so many students failed it. Rather, the professor than the assistant conducted the workshop. The 10 grammatical errors. First one, both the lecturer or the student. It should be both the lecturer and the students. Wrong pairing word. Both always pairs with and, never or. Two, either the manager and the staff members. So it should be either the manager or the staff member. Wrong pairing word. Either always pairs with or never and. Three, neither the teacher nor the student or the students. It should be neither the teacher nor the students. Wrong pairing word. Neither always pairs with nor, never or. Blah blah blah. The students was prepared. It should be the students were prepared. Wrong verb from subject verb agreement. The verb must match the nearest subject. It's students, so it's plural, so it needs were, not was. Five, not only blah blah provide digital resources and also offers. It's wrong. It should be not only provide digital resources, but it also offers. It's wrong pairing word. Not only pairs with, but also, not and also. Six, both in collecting data and to analyze. It should be both in collecting data and analyzing. So it's mismatched sentence parts and not parallel. The reason is both items joined by both and must have the same form. Since the first part is collecting, using, the second must be also be analyzing, using, not to analyze. Seven, whether online and offline. It should be whether online or offline. It's wrong pairing word. Whether pairs with or, not and. 8. No sooner the lecturer started when. It should be no sooner the lecturer started than. It's wrong pairing word. No sooner pairs with than, not when. 9. Scarcely finished my assignment then. It should be not scarcely finished my assignment when. It's wrong pairing word again. Scarcely pairs with when, not then. The last one. Then also the assistant. It should be then the assistant. The error is extra word also. Listen, then already completes the letter blah 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 then pair, so also it's unnecessary. So we don't need that. Okay, so that is the last part, the last slide. So you have reached the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm sorry if there's so much wrong with my pronunciation and my grammar or if there are any typos in the slides. So I hope you enjoy my video. Thank you so much and see you maybe. Bye bye.